Wednesday, April 24th, 08:16 a.m. New York time. Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. My YouTube page, subscribe to if you haven't, get notifications when the next video is. My Patreon page, get access to the video the same day I release it, as well as a lot more other content, including trade ideas. Content now, I'm going to go over is investing. Investing in stocks, applying the dollar cost average, focusing on the bigger picture of stock indexes, stock ETFs, instead of individual stock companies. How do you do that? Look for strength. Look for the leadership. The go-to stock index in the United States to compare your financial portfolio against the performance is the S&P 500. S&P 500, 500 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. Stock symbol SPX, the cash index. The stock ETF symbol is SPY, Sierra Papa Yankee. This is a 5-year chart. Each candlestick's a week. This is this year, all-time new high, record high for the past 5 years, an all-time new high. Zoom in, look at the current year. Here's the low of the year. Here's the high for the year. The momentum is up. Yes, this is a retracement. This is not a market crash. This is a retracement. You have natural retracements. Look to buy in the dips. And currently for the week, being that's Wednesday, again, the candle's not done to the close of Friday at 4 p.m. New York time. We did not make a new low. Nope. We're making a reversal. Buy in the dips. Identify leadership. Well, the S&P 500 index has several indexes inside of it. One of the indexes inside of it is the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 companies related to technology. The cash symbol is November Delta X-ray, but the stock ETF symbol is QQQ. Yeah, same thing. 5-year chart, weekly. This year, all-time new high. Another stock index inside the S&P 500 is the Dow 30. I have a lot of videos on this, showing all 30 companies inside the index and which ones are helping it, which ones are hurting it. This year alone, the company index replaced one of the companies. It took off Walgreens and added Amazon. Again, with a 5-year chart. And this year made new highs. And go back here again. The S&P 500, look at that. Currently for the week, we're making reversal. It's in the process of reversal. NASDAQ 100, the process of reversal. And same with the Dow. It started it the day before. It started this week as well too. Higher high, higher low. The other stock index called the Dow Jones Transport has 20 companies in this index. It's also part of the S&P 500. Yep, it's not at an all-time high. Nope, that was back here. And then you have the Dow Jones Utility, 15 companies listed in this index. It's also not at the all-time high. And then you have another index called the Russell 2000. It's not part of the S&P 500. I'm just showing you that the Russell 2000 is small cap companies. Big difference, right? All these have stock ETFs. But just by comparing these, we're able to see the leadership of the top 3 indexes. Yes, these indexes, top 3, are much more diversified, where the bottom ones, again, Dow Transport, focus just on that, and Dow Utilities, just like it says utilities. So again, these top 3 indexes are much more diversified. much more broader. And in the S&P 500 here, it has what's called sectors. And those sectors inside the S&P 500, remember, we have the indexes, the NASDAQ 100, Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Dow Transports, the Dow Jones Utility, as well as the S&P 100, which I don't have on here. They are inside the S&P 500. So again, we know the S&P 500 is very diversified in the stock indexes, but in the sectors, there's 11 sectors in the S&P 500. So you could break it down and identify which sector is the best. How's it performing? Well, let me show you something here. On my left, this is a watch list of the stock indexes. I'm looking at the futures right now. These are the cash. The cash indexes are trade from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's the New York Stock Exchange, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Before the New York Stock Exchange opens and after it closes, you have what's called the futures market. Not all financial instruments trade on the futures market. Nope, these are indexes related to these. So look, it's green, expecting to open higher. This is the 11 S&P 500 sectors. And this is some of the stocks. They're called Magnificent Seven, but we're not going to focus anymore on that. We're focusing on the indexes and the sectors. Transition over to the sectors. I have them in order of the largest weighted. And all these are stock ETFs. The symbols you see are the stock ETFs. This will help identify which sector is the best. Looking at these charts. 5-year chart history, each candle's a week. Technology XLK. So let me show you something here. This is called a website of Yahoo Finance. It's free. Again, it's free. Don't expect the best content. The purpose I'm showing you this is, instead of navigating to individual companies that manage these stock indexes, manage these sectors, indexes, I want to show you. So on that website, you just saw me type in on the right symbol, the symbol of the NASDAQ 100 stock ETF is QQQ. On the left, click on holdings. Again, you could trade the stock index, the NASDAQ 100, the stock symbol is triple Q. But I want to show you again the top 10 holdings in the company. These are the top 10 holdings. Remember, it's got 100 companies in this index, but these are the top ones, the largest weighted. You're probably familiar with a few of these. Let's look at the top one, Microsoft, Apple. Microsoft makes up nearly 9% of that stock index. Apple makes up nearly 8% for this QQQ. Got it. So these are very popular names, high-performing companies. And then the Dow Jones Industrial Average I mentioned, the stock ETF symbol is DIA for the ETF. Top 10 holdings. More diversified because it's not just technology. It's got the health, technology, banks, retail, manufacturer. Got it. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, just like the S&P 500, is much more diversified than the NASDAQ 100. But we want to identify the best. So I mentioned one of the first stock ETFs right here, XLK, very similar to the QQQ, the index. Again, we put in the XLK. Yeah, very similar to the NASDAQ 100, where the NASDAQ 100 is diversified in technology, and just like the XLK. Very similar. Let's look at the next stock ETF of the sectors, XLV, healthcare. This year, all-time new high for the past 5 years, and look at that reversal. It's reversing. Look at the top 10 holdings. Make sure I'm on that tab here on the left, holdings. Might have heard of some of these. Again, some of the manufacturers, a little broader, heavier on the production of the products, and other ones more on the service. But again, instead of buying these individual companies, I'm focusing on showing you as beginner's guide, staying with the indexes, identifying the strongest indexes. XLF financials. Look at the past 5 years, all-time new high here, and it's reversing. XLF. We already saw some financials were in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, because the Dow Jones Industrial Average is more heavily weighted in the financial space. So again, stock ETF, XLF, JP Morgan, Visa, MasterCard, Wells Fargo, American Express. Yep, that's what you expect to see in the stock sector, XLF. Let's continue. Consumer discretionary, XLY. It's not at the highest. Look, here was the high several years ago. Here we are now. That's not leadership, but let's continue. Communication services, XLC. Again, here's the high several years ago. XLI. Yep, all-time new high for the past 5 years. XLI. Let's look at something there. Look, a lot of manufacturing companies. Continue. XLP. Nope. See, look at that. The chart, here's the high. So again, just by looking at these watch list stock prices, that doesn't show you the high for the past 5 years, 10 years, or comparison with the other ones. Nope. Looking at the charts. XLE. Energy. All-time new high this year. Yep. One would expect the technology one, but we have XLE. We're looking at what's inside. Top 10 holdings. Again, this content may not be updated anymore. It might be a month old. So again, you go directly to the source, but I'm just showing you this one because it's free. Again, energy. ExxonMobil, Chevron, Marathon, Phillips. Yep, no surprise. Just continue. XLU, obviously is not all-time high. Utilities. XLRE, real estate, no surprise. Look at this down here. XLB, materials. That this year made a new high and then selling off just like the market. XLB. Trade Lima Bravo. Materials. Now chemical. Yeah. Let's continue. That was it. And again, you could do these as fractional shares, regular stock shares, options, but again, focus on dollar cost average, identifying the leadership. Thank you as always for spending just a little bit of time with me. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.